My name is Oscar Acevedo IV, and I will be reporting about the 7 C's of communication. Now, what is the 7 C's of communication? The 7 C's of communication is a tool that we can use in order for us to communicate effectively. Now, the first C is clear. When you are communicating something, it must be devoid of any phrase or sentence that will cause confusion, meaning that sarcasm and other idioms are unnecessary. Next is concise. In trying to communicate effectively, we should do it in the shortest and most efficient way and avoid beating around the bush. Next is concrete. Now, in order for our audience to understand, we must provide them with vivid imagery in order for them to visualize what we actually mean. The next is correct. Now, in order for your audience to be convinced that you are a professional, your text must be devoid of any mistakes and make sure it is grammatically correct. The next is coherent. In order for your audience to follow your thought process, you must organize your message in an orderly manner where they can follow your ideas. The next is courteous. You must remember that your audiences are humans just like you, so you must approach them with an amiable tone so that they will open up to you and they will be willing to listen. That's all. Thank you.
My name is Jeffrey Allen Evelia, and my part is all about email. So first, when we use email, we should provide a simple nicknames or what we call usernames. And we should never use complex names like I am Spider-Man or I am Cutie Pie, like that. But we should use our names, just like villiajeffreyallen@gmail.com. Next is when we write email, we should make it clear and simple to understand, and we should use some catchy lines so that our target receiver can easily understand and make it more easier and acceptable. Next is be courteous and spell names correctly. Sometimes we couldn't notice that we have offended somebody due to our mistakes. So let us never forget that we should be courteous at all times and let us spell names correctly. Then next is keep it concise as possible. We all know that we don't want to read a one paragraph text or one essay. We just need to read a simple, direct, and easy to understand text so that it is easy to understand and may save our time. And finally is use proper formatting. Well, it depends on our company, our instructor or teacher, but we can use standard forms such as Arial, Calibri, and we shall use standard sizes of fonts. That's all. Thank you.
Of writing a text message. First, identify yourself. If your contact doesn't recognize your number, there's a high probability that they will ignore it. That's why it is important to identify yourself first. Second, make your message clear. Keeping a message brief will ensure your contact fully understand the point of your message. Number 3, make it personal. Always make the message personalized if you don't want to be sounded like an AI. Number 4, stay professional. While being friendly and personal in text, you should also need to be professional. You should avoid emoji, abbreviation, and other text elements that could harm the impression you're trying to make. And lastly, end with a call to action. A call to action encourages recipients of your text to reply. For example, putting "please reply to this message" at the end of the text.
Formal letter request. A formal letter request is a formal written document wherein you are writing a letter to a person but in a formal way. So here are the 9 key points in how to make a formal letter request. First, contact information. You must put the sender's name and address, date of the request, and the recipient name and address. You must also put the sender's contact information so that the recipient knows where to contact you if he or she agrees to the request that you are asking. The second one, salutation. The formal greeting. For example, Dear Mrs. Castro, or Dear Mr. Cancamo, or Dear Dr. Cancamo. Make sure that you know if the recipient is an engineer or a doctor so that he or she would not get offended if a letter that you are asking. The third one is the introduction. Clearly state the purpose of the letter. Provide context for the request. And the fourth is the body, comprehensive details. Specify the request includes relevant information, for example, the dates, quantities, and etc. And then justification, explain the importance or benefits of the request to the recipients.
5 points. Tone, courteous and professional. Avoid sound demanding or bossy since you are writing a formal letter request. 6. Closing. Express gratitude. Make sure to thank the recipient for their time and consideration. 7. Call to action. Provide contact information for follow-up and don't forget about your contact. 8. Signature and enclosure. Sign the letter. Include your full name and title. Enclosures. Mention any attached document and consent form. And the last one, proofreading. Review for errors. Ensure the letter is error-free or in grammar, spelling, and punctuation.
My name is Liza Siniano and I will be reporting the informed consent form. So first, we need to get the title of the research study. Second, invitation to participate. Third, purpose of the study. Fourth, explanation of procedures. Fifth, assurance and confidentiality. Sixth, rights of research subject. 7, documentation of informed consent. That's all. Thank you.